Hi, everybody. So this morning we're going to be focusing on our eyes for the most part. Of course, what we're hearing always, but um, so like we did last week, have a nice view in front of you if you can. If you need to change positions, that's okay. But just something where you can see off in the distance a bit. You can resettle yourself. It doesn't have to be super far away, but just you don't want to be blocked by a building or a structure or something like that. So Cheryl's got a really nice view behind her. And yeah, so just get yourself situated. And today's practice is going to be a really gentle flow, kind of like the ocean waves. It'll be a gentle ebb and flow, and I'll guide us through the whole bit of it. But we're going to be using our owl eyes, so our expanded, softened peripheral vision, in combination with some more focused, closer vision. And just let somebody else in here. So go ahead and allow your feet to just get nice and planted on the ground wherever you are, on the earth beneath you, or the deck beneath you, or the floor beneath you. And then we'll just do our normal taking stock. So just noticing your posture first. Again, don't change it just yet. I think it's really good for us to just become aware of our body, our natural state without the awareness. And then when we notice it, it's like, oh, maybe I'm sitting a little too far forward, or maybe my shoulders are rolled in a little bit too far, more than I would like, maybe. So once you've taken stock of your body, you notice your feet, your knees, your hips, your belly, your shoulders, your spine, and your neck. Don't forget your nose. Just throw that one in there. Then you can go ahead and make any adjustments that you would like to. Nice job. So now that you have your posture situated, I'd like you to go ahead and just be mindful and again take stock of our internal world. So we just took stock of our external world in a sense, it's still our body, but let's go inward now. And you can begin by noticing your breath. Again, don't change it, but just notice how deep or how shallow your breath is, how fully or maybe not so fully it fills your chest cavity as it goes in and out. And we'll take a couple breaths just in your natural rhythm so you can notice. And then together on our next exhale, we're going to expel all of the air from our body, intentionally pushing it all out. And then next inhale through your nose, nice and deep, filling your chest, just expanding your rib cage, filling it all up, and then letting it go. Just pushing, 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 pushing it all out. And then a nice deep, big inhale through your nose again. Seeing if you can fill all the way to the crown of your head, and then letting it go. And then you can fall back into a natural rhythm. But this time, just being mindful of your breath and doing your best to fill your fullest capacity there without forcing anything, just having a nice, gentle flow, gentle rhythm. And then if you feel like you're in a safe and comfortable place, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And bring our attention even more deeply inward right now, noticing your heartbeat and your rhythm of your heart. And can you find the relationship between your breath and your heartbeat? your own beautiful natural drum beat going on there. And then send your awareness all the way through your body to your pelvis, down your legs, your hips, your knees, your ankles, and then all the way down to the soles of your feet, remembering our toes, our heels. And then as you bring your awareness to the soles of your feet, send your awareness down into the earth as if you had roots stretching deep, deep, deep into the earth. And allow yourself just to explore the world down there for a moment in this quiet space right now. And then on your next inhale, you can bring all the goodness, all the nutrients and nourishment that you found in your roots back up into your body. And as your breath comes back into your body, you can gently open your eyes and just allow them to fall on whatever they naturally fall on first. Keeping your vision nice and soft. And then as you start to become more present to the visual world, now go ahead and intentionally send your vision off in the distance, finding something far away that you can focus your attention on. For me right now, there's a chimney, and there's a kind of a gap in between the chimney and the roof of the chimney, and so I'm going to be looking at that gap and just really focusing on that right now. And while we focus our eyes on this one point, you're going to allow the rest of your vision to soften. And imagine that you can see all around you. So you're going to expand your vision in all directions without moving your eyes. And as you do this, you might notice that your vision starts to become a little blurry. And that's perfect. Don't fight that, just allow that to be. Good work. So this is what some people call owl eyes, when we look off in the distance, focusing on one point and then expanding your peripheral vision. It's an incredible practice to start to learn and engage in when you're becoming more attentive and connected to the birds and the natural world. It's also a little trick to help us find birds more quickly. So we're going to be practicing our owl eyes today, practicing this peripheral vision. And sometimes it can actually be kind of tiring, all the awareness and focus that even though we're softening our vision, our attention is really heightened. And so I'm going to give us moments of reprieve in between our awareness. So let's begin today in the same position we're in right now, by looking off in the distance, softening your gaze. And now, before we become too attentive to the sights around us, we're going to be listening. So I'd like you to just explore your surroundings with your ears now while you stay in owl eyes. Just noticing who's around you, the different sounds, different textures, different volumes. Good work. And so now, still looking forward, still softening your gaze. We're also going to bring our attention now to the quietest possible sound that we can find. So wherever that is, if that's near or far, just search your landscape for a sound that is almost imperceptible. Nice. And without losing that sound, I'd like you to explore your landscape for a sound that's a bit more dominant. It doesn't have to be the loudest necessarily, but just a pretty prominent sound right now. And see if you can stay connected first to your eyes and the softened vision, but also to that quiet sound that we just heard. It's really good. So throughout the practice, as we focus on our eyes, wait a second here. As we focus on our eyes today, I'd also like you just to go back and forth between the quiet sounds and a more prominent sound. So you're still going to be attentive to the sounds around you, but mostly our awareness is going to be on our eyes. So we'll stay in our position now of our softened vision with the owl eyes. And to that point that you chose in the beginning to focus on, that's going to be our point of reference. We're going to keep coming back to that. And then when I allow us, quote unquote, to take a breath from that and look away, then just always remember to come back to that one focal point. And something I'll say is that if you are attracted by a movement, let's say a bird flies by and you're curious about it, let yourself follow that. So don't be afraid to just follow that curiosity, but keep coming back to that focal point and soften vision. So we're going to stay like this for the next couple of minutes in silence. Okay, good work. All right, so now this time we take a little break with our eyes. You can glance around if there's something that's calling your attention. Again, maybe a bird. Let yourself follow that. Let your curiosity follow that. Give ourselves another 30 seconds or so of a little reprieve from our focused, not focused vision. Okay, now bring yourself back to your focal point. And when you soften your vision this time, really try to stretch your vision in both directions. So just see how far out on both sides you can see while you're still looking forward. And And then once you've expanded as far as you can possibly see on both sides, allow yourself to go up and down. So how high up in the sky and how far on the ground can you see while you're still looking forward? And again, we'll stay in owl eyes for the next couple of minutes in silence. Okay, good work. So allow your eyes to just glance around, take in your surroundings, and exploring them, finding something you might be curious to follow or curious to look at. So we'll give ourselves about a minute to take a little eye break. And even though we're quote unquote breaking, you still want to keep your ears attentive to the sounds around you. Just keep your curiosity nice and peaked. Okay, now we'll go back again to our focal point, letting your vision focus but soften. And it's okay if your vision gets nice and blurry. That's really, in a sense, what you want it to do. So do your best not to fight that. Just allow the blurriness. I know most of our life we want to be in focus, but right now we just want it to be soft and even a little blurry. So that's perfectly fine if that happens for you. Okay, good work. So you can allow your vision to get a bit more focused now. Look around a little bit closer to you. Still being attentive to the sounds. And just do your best as you're looking around to resist the urge to analyze too much. Just stay really curious, like a child mind. So, in a sense, you can think of it as soft eyes, receptive ears, and a quiet mind or a gentle mind. All right, and so we'll go for one more round with this is, I think, our fourth round, maybe now, on our focal point. So find your focal point, allow your vision to soften each time, going a little bit deeper into this practice. Good work. So you can allow your eyes to just wander around your landscape now, getting really curious if you saw any motions while you were looking with owl eyes. That softened vision, let yourself get curious and explore whatever it is you're drawn to right now. And as you're looking around, take this next moment to offer your own gratitude or blessing to those ones that you interacted with today, ones that shared space with you or you shared space with them. And for anyone who needs to leave right now, you're welcome to head out. I thank you for being here with us. If you'd like to stay for our chat, we always chat after for a little bit. And so if you do stay for our chat, I'd love to see your faces just to know who we're talking to. It's okay if you're not able to, but just know that it's a nice thing. And yeah, thanks everybody for the practice. I'd love to know what people experience. What was that like for you this morning? Anyone want to share their experience? Yeah, Linda, please. Thanks for jumping right in, by the way, Linda. Just need to get you off of mute. Here we go. Let me see if I click that. Can you see that? There you go. Oh, I still can't hear you for some reason. Hey, Linda, I don't know why, but I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me, but it shows that you're off of mute. Um, Can someone else actually try talking? Della, would you be able to unmute yourself or someone? Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not me. Cheryl, I think I can hear. Can you
I
say something?
can,
Yeah, okay.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Linda, I think it might be something with your microphone. I'm not sure, but I can't hear you right now.
Maybe turn the volume up.
I don't know. I think it's her microphone, not the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't hear you. I don't know. You could try logging off and back on if you want to. Sometimes that might work. Yeah, okay. While we wait for Linda to yeah, Cheryl, please go for it.
Um, I, I, I'm amazed at how many of the birds I hear, and I feel like I'm hearing each individual one of the birds when I'm using owl eyes. And when a dark-eyed junco flew right in front of my face, it was as if I wasn't even sitting here. And we've been doing owl eyes for a while, and it just like really like I wasn't even here. It was just amazing and I loved it. And I'm noticing the calls the individual birds are making much more today, much more. And finding that I can discern the difference between the pine siskins and the juncos and the house finches. And the house finches are, well, the males are in full radiant color. So it's hard not to see them. And I can see so many things all around me in my yard, much more than when I'm out here hustling and bustling around, loading bird feeders and doing that kind of thing. And I realized that I need to spend maybe twice as much time just sitting and waiting, just waiting for the birds when I'm out here.
Yeah, thank you
So
so
thank you
much.
so much.
You're welcome, Cheryl. I know it's one of those practices where it's really easy to, I guess, dismiss it and be like, again, sort of what does it have to do with birds and why are we doing this? But it's one of those things like a martial art, the longer that you practice it, the more deep you go and the more you see the magic that it allows, into your life and how the birds literally will just come right up to you because you become invisible, right? So it's these practices of invisibility that one of my teachers called them. And they're very simple, again, which is why a lot of people want to dismiss them. It's like, oh, that's too easy. But we just sit here and be quiet, And it's like, well, yes and no. I mean, there's a little bit more to it than that. But in a sense, that's really all that there is to it, just quieting ourselves in all sorts of ways and softening ourselves. So we become a part of the landscape rather than a part from it, like I often say. And yeah, and then magic can happen. Then you become a part of it, and that's yeah. I can see, I can tell that you're having more and more of those experiences, and it is quite wonderful. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, who else would like to share their experience? Linda, did you want to give a try? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to get you off of mute first, though.
Okay, how's that?
Perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
great.
God. I'm on my phone. I don't know. I must have done something with my computer. I don't realize. But anyway, sorry. But
Okay.
I just love this. I love owl eyes, even though it's well, in a way it's really easy for me to do because I don't have very good vision. So to soften my eyes and let things get blurry is actually kind of nice for me. But today while I was doing it, there's just dozens of goldfinches here. And it's cold this morning. It's only 39 degrees and it's raining, which is why I'm inside. It's raining pretty hard. And here's all these goldfinches at my feeders. And with owl eyes, they look like feathered rays of sunshine. So they're like feathered sunshine out there. There was just so cool. And they were all, their little goldfinch calls. And so when I was doing owl eyes, it was hard to not watch them, because I was watching, I wanted to watch where all of them were going, how they never stop for very long except to eat. So anyway, it was very, it felt very, I don't, made me very happy, I guess, for lack of a better word. It just made me happy to see that. And I realized too that I need to spend more time in owl eyes to quiet my mind, because my mind just starts going off in all directions. All the directions that the goldfinches were going with taking my mind with it. Um, so that was good for me to realize. So thank you. I love that.
Yes, yes, that's so beautiful. And I love, how did you say it? Golden feathered rays of sunshine or something like that?
Yeah, feathered sunshine. Yeah, golden rays of feathered sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
beautiful. I feel like that's like a poem ready to be written somewhere. Wow. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, yeah. It sounds relatively similar to Cheryl's experience too. I know you missed what she was sharing, but just that the beauty that can occur with the birds when we go deeply into owl eyes. So yeah,
Mhm.
thanks for playing along with that and sharing. Thanks, Linda.
You bet.
Glad you made it back.
Yeah, me too. Oh, God.
I know.
Technology challenged.
I know. Exactly. All right. Anyone else want to share their experience? Della, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for going to my binoculars during all of that, but this exercise has brought such good karma to my patio. I have probably 80 cedar waxwings right above me in the liquid amber trees. And when they flew, I thought there were like 25, you know.
Yeah.
And then when they flew, I noticed that, oh gosh, that's at least 30. And then another bunch flew, and I said, oh, that's another 30. Oh my goodness, there must be 80 total. And talk about feathered sunshine. Oh my. This is very unusual in my, I've seen cedar waxwings, but I have never seen a large flock of 80 at one time in my backyard. So, oh, thank you for the good karma.
Yeah, well, it took you to do it. And really, again, like magic is possible, when we just dive into this. And I feel like Della, you often share of just these magic bird experiences that happen to you when you let yourself, kind of play and just go into all this. So, and then right in your backyard, you don't have to go any further than just sit in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy for the cedar
What?
wax.
Kristen Waxmeans. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Huh, I'll let you just enjoy that now. Julia, did you want to share something? I saw your hand. Yeah, okay, great.
Well, it's really nice to have this time, at least just even if it's just once a week, that I can be in my garden and looking and not getting up to work and to do some work. It's wonderful. And especially having a weekly progression now of seeing the season changing. And right now, there's still some trees that are leafing out. Um, that they do at all sorts of stages, and it's just looking more and more lush every time I come out here. And I've never really taken note of that before. How looked every week and seeing the progression there. And so yeah, that's wonderful. And I have all sorts of interesting things. Oh, I think I mentioned the flicker drumming on my gutter last week. This morning I was out and I saw him get lucky. I
So the
just,
gutter banging worked.
oh, and there's been a lot of mating, that courting behavior around this. That's sort of fun. And then in the red-shouldered hawk nest, I thought, well, I'll see who, you know, and there was one up on the edge, and he's, all fluffy and all. I don't know if there are any others that weren't up and at him this morning, but he looks very healthy, and it was just so cute. So I went out to see how cold it was, and I thought, and then I caught these things. So it was fun.
Aw, thanks, Julia. I'm really glad for your bird interactions and also just that you're giving yourself that time, even though, it's a thing that we all do together, but you're giving that to yourself right now to just, be still and also build a more deep relationship with the trees and the plants and all the natural world in your garden, in your backyard, and I totally agree. Getting to watch something, in a cycle day after day or week after week and just watching the evolution of it is such a beautiful thing. Yeah, yeah. What a lucky thing we get to do. Thanks. Awesome. Anyone else want to share their experience this morning? Yeah, Anne, please. And then Jacinth, yeah.
And along the lines of Cheryl giving yourself permission, I have a Tennessee warbler and the Orioles. It's just loud, just loud. And this morning, before humans were up, and the windows are open, and we're on a second story, and I heard the warbler. It sounded like it was sitting on the window ledge, and it didn't dare roll over or move. But it's like, just lay here and listen. And my husband reached over and squeezed my arm, like, are you hearing it? And I'd like, nobody wanted to say anything. And we just laid there and enjoyed the sound of the birds probably until we dozed back off again, because it was not time to get up. But just saying, I don't have to go look for this bird. I'm just going to lay here and listen. And you heard all the other birds, the cardinals and the blue jays, and then they kind of all settle down after they wake up. And yeah, but it was just, I don't have anything else to do but be here and listen. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, what a beautiful thing, Anne.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Tennessee warbler, yay. Oh, nice. Yeah, right at your window. Thank you. Jacinth, go for it.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I wanted to express gratitude for this morning because I'm like super stressed out. I'm going out on a trip in a few days and I'm like not ready. So I'm like running around the house and getting things ready and it's like super stressful. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna do the bird sit just to, calm down. And so, yeah, it was a real challenge for me to I mean, my mind was racing, so it was a challenge to actually, just get things fuzzy and slow things down. But I think I managed to do it a little bit, so I'm sure it worked. Yeah, and I also wanted to thank you for one of your videos that you have one of your formations where there's video for how to buy binoculars. And I actually went to buy one pair because I had no idea how it worked. And now I wanted to buy one small pair because I'll be backpacking. So I got some good insights from that video. So I wanted to say thank you for that. So I found a small pair of like very low end, but still, I mean, it'll be good. It's they are actually 12 by 25. So they're very small, but they have a big magnitude, so it's going to work. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that was helpful for you. Thank you for
Yep.
telling me. I always wonder with those particular ones for the course, like if, if anyone's watching them or what, what kind of impact they have. So I'm so glad that it was helpful. And yeah, I hope you have an incredible trip and that I know that feeling right before a trip, there's so much to do, but in some ways, by taking the time to quiet and slow down just a little bit, hopefully that will maybe just clarify the things that you need to do and make everything flow more efficiently and effectively for you today.
Yes, for sure. And my challenge, I told myself, okay, now I have to not just like close my phone and then go back to what I was doing, but actually bring that with me for the next hours. That will be
Yeah.
my challenge for the day.
Well, okay, then that's actually a good question. So how will you do that? What do you what's something that you'll do to bring that in? And this would be good for all of us to hear or to ponder. Like how
Mm.
can you bring that into the rest of your day?
Ah, well, it certainly has to do with the breathing, slowing down the breathing, and I guess just being conscious about it, like making an intention out of it. Like if I know that, okay, once in a while I'm like, oh, okay, where am I? Okay, am I just running around? Or okay, I can breathe, I can pause, I can. So I guess just keeping that intention and like reminding it to me frequently, I guess it will help me to just get back on track if I actually go too far.
Yeah, another thing you can, if you want to do, and for all of us, there's a couple of different ways you can approach this. One is like at a threshold. So like if you leave, let's say you're going to leave or enter your house a lot, going in the car or whatever, like every time you maybe walk outside, if you go through that threshold, before you step out, like a cat, think of like what a cat does before it steps out a door. It doesn't just run like a dog, it just pauses and like takes a breath, it looks around, checks out its situation, and then it leaves the house.
Right,
Um, or if you have anything else in your house, if it's like, let's say, think about something that you're going to do often today. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it is picking up your phone. Like every time you pick up your phone, before you look at it, you like do owl eyes, you take a breath or something. So like having a trigger, like for all of us, like having some kind of trigger. And I'm not going to apologize for the cicadas, but again, I can't control them. But yeah, having some kind of a trigger for yourself that's in your own natural rhythm of your day, or like it's something visually that you see that's going to be like, every time I do this, like I'm going to remember to breathe, or I'm going to remember to do owl eyes. So we can all just take a minute right now and just think about what is that thing that I'm going to do today. Like for me, I'm going to be at my computer a lot today. So maybe it's like every time I take a sip of my water, it's like, oh, that's a good reminder to like
mm,
look up, and breathe and not just like drink and like keep typing away. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like is super good advice. I'll do that definitely.
Oh, good. I'm so excited for you, Jacinth. I can't wait to hear when you come back and how everything goes for you.
Yes, I'll be going to Africa, so I'll be seeing lots of new birds and that I don't
Wow.
know.
Wow. Whereabouts are
So,
you going?
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. I went actually before almost 20 years ago. It's been so, I can't believe time has gone by. But yeah, I already went, but I did not, like I stayed in a specific region. Now I'll be moving a bit more. So, yeah, I'll be downloading the Merlin map because I don't know many birds over there, but at least if I have the database of the bird sounds, maybe it'll help me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fantastic. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, Africa is one of those places that I've been to a lot of places in the world, but that's one place I feel like I would love to go back to again. It's a magic world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, congratulations. Yay. All right, y'all. Thanks everybody for joining and sharing yourselves with me today and with all of us. And yeah, I really wish you a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day and week, and wherever you all are going, whatever your journeys, wherever they take you. I hope that you have all the goodness that you deserve. So many blessings to everybody. See you
And
next
you
time. All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye, Stella.